Hey guys, it's Matty here, back with another video. I know it's been a while. Hopefully everyone's doing well in quarantine with this coronavirus, but the video today is about the funny playing Game Boy Color IPS backlit display that I just received in the mail. Seen some videos on YouTube about it, and I thought I'd pick one up so I could play my Game Boy Color with some better quality. I've also purchased a glass screen lens here that I'm gonna fit in with the installation. Try to make this video as quick as possible and try not to damage the Game Boy. So yeah, let's get into it. So to start this off, we got my Game Boy Color. I love playing on this. Been playing Pokemon Gold. We've got the LCD kit. A few tools you'll need for this is a tri-wing screwdriver. I've got a razor blade. I've got a Dremel to smooth out some areas in the trimming of the inside of the shell. I've seen some people use old pair of nail clippers to trim some of the contact tracers that are on the PCB board. Need some tape just to tape off some stuff so there's no metal on metal. And my glass screen lens, which we'll put in. Nice upgrade. So yeah, let's get into it. So first, just we'll flip the Game Boy over. Take the batteries out. So yeah, it looks like we got 2, 4, 6 tri-wing screws here on the back, so let's just get those off. All right, so we got those off. We'll just keep those screws in a safe spot. All right, so now we just got the inside of the Game Boy here. First time ever opening one of these up, but I watched a lot of videos beforehand just to make sure I'm doing this right. So take off the power switch. We will disconnect, there's just a couple locks here. We'll just disconnect the old screen. Probably the first time this Game Boy's ever been taken apart, I assume. All right, so now we just have some Phillips screws here. It looks like we got 3 of them, and we'll get this back off. Sorry, my hands might be in the way for some of this, but yeah, I just got those screws off. I think that's all of them. And then the motherboard just pops out. And so on this motherboard, basically what we'll need to do is we'll just I don't know if you can see that, but there's kind of these contacts are a little bit raised, so we just got to trim them down. I've got the nail clipper method, and I do have a Dremel in case that doesn't work too well. And then we just have to trim down this right here. So yeah, it should be pretty straightforward. Also, this board looks pretty clean, but the Retro Futuro, I watch his videos quite a bit, and he always just kind of cleans down everything with some isopropyl alcohol. So if you have that, some Q-tips. I'm out of Q-tips, so I'll just have to use some paper towel and get that cleaned up the speaker a bit, and yeah, I'll get into it. Set this off to the side for a minute, and then we just have to take the old screen out. So, and we gotta take these pads off, clean those up, and then once you have all that out, then you just kind of, from what we'll take the IR cover off too. From what I've seen, we just kind of gotta give this a slight twist, not too hard, and then yeah, you see the screen just kind of pops up, and then the old LCD just comes up like that. There it is. Push this off, it might be a little bit tough. Yeah, it's a little tough. All right, that was a little bit scary, but we have the old original screen lens off. I'll keep that just as backup, just in case mod another Game Boy with a worse lens. Now next, I'm just gonna look at on the website for the places to trim on the shell. It's got a nice diagram, but I'll get a black marker here in just a sec, and then I'll use my razor blade to make some cuts and then score along the inside. Then we'll get that going. So now we've got the area marked off that we have to trim. So just, yeah, this bottom area here, and then the top area, and then I just gotta, once they fit the screen up, I just gotta trim a little bit right here, and then our LCD should fit in. So yeah, I'm just gonna go over the online thing once more to make sure I've got the right measurements, and then I'll start cutting. Right, so let's start the first bit of cutting. I think I'm gonna start cutting down here. Just gonna start cutting, scoring along the edge here. I don't know if you can see that, but just kind of running my blade a few times to try to get that started. And I can already see it's starting to come through. So it's already getting weak, and then I'm just gonna go right here. Just push straight down. And this should just, yeah, just kind of pushes off like that. Clean that up in a bit here with my Dremel to make it more flush. So yeah, it just comes off. All right, not too bad. So now I'm just gonna go in with my Dremel. I haven't really used this before, so it's a little bit new to me. So I'm just gonna try to smooth this area up and see how that works. Not too bad. I'm just gonna clean it up with the knife a bit. And now this might be a little bit trickier, but we're gonna do the top bit. A little tricky with the knife I got. It's a little bit large for this job, but we'll make do. Give that some pressure and it just kind of snaps right off. We're getting there. I looked at another tutorial and they kind of recommend to take these little top bits off, so we're gonna do that too. All right, so we have the first bits all trimmed up here, and now I'm just gonna see how the screen fits in. But before we get to that, take a look at what comes in the box. So here in the box, you get this nice little packaging, funny playing, Game Boy Color, really nice packaging. Open that up. And then it comes with this little 3M sticky pad that I think they want you to put it down in here to stick the screen down. I don't know if I'm gonna use that just in case for alignment reasons, just so I can realign it if necessary. I'm probably just gonna use tape to hold it down. And the LCD itself, I believe this comes originally for it's like made for a BlackBerry originally, but yeah. And then the little ribbon cable and I/O board and everything. So yeah, first of all, before we get this put in, I'm just gonna connect it to the PCB and make sure it works, and then we'll get to installing it. Here's the little touch pad for the brightness control. I think it has like 5 or 6 different brightness levels. Look at that. Wow, that looks really nice. All right, so it looks like it works. Now let's fit it up. So what I've seen others do online is they just put some, usually capped on tape, but I don't have any, so I'm just gonna use this clear seller tape and just put it on the back so we have no shorting issues or grounding issues. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and fit some tape on there. So now we got our pieces of tape along the back. It's just meant to fold over carefully like that. Let's fit it into our shell. There, that's much better. At first I see it looks like I need to trim off just a little bit more right there so it gets a better fit. So we'll just go back, trim a little bit, and try again. Just have to trim a little piece off of the where the D-pad is. So I'm just gonna put a couple little marks right there and there, and now I'm gonna trim a little bit more. All right, so we got that trimmed down. Now I'm just gonna clean that up. I did break this little piece a bit. I'm gonna try not to move it anymore. They're kind of fragile, but I think we got it. All right, let's put the screen back in and see how she fits. Really nice. Okay, now I'm just gonna kind of put a little piece of tape on it to secure it. Hopefully that's straight. We can always, because we didn't use the sticky pad, we can always go back in and refit it. Give that a try. All right, so now let's get the board in and give it a go. I'm gonna clean the board up a little bit, and then we'll start putting it back together. Forgot this, but we're just gonna have to trim these little tracers off. So I'm gonna go with the first method here, which is with these, and just trim those down and then put a piece of tape over it. So let's give that a shot. Looks like you can just kind of snip them in twos here. I don't know if you guys can see that very well on camera, but try my best. Yeah, that looks a lot better. And then just these. These are a little bit tougher. All right, let's give that a shot. All right, got the buttons cleaned up a little bit, a little less dust in them, or the membranes I should say. So put that in there. And then hopefully we don't have to trim our D-pad, but sometimes I do. I'm gonna try without. So there's the D-pad. Get our B button in there, make sure that's in the right place. Our A button, get those membranes in there. And let's give this a shot. And then we'll just put these tabs down. Now I'm just going to put this back on before I screw everything down. Everything seems to fit all right, but I just want to get those batteries in there again, just to make sure we have the screen lined up kind of properly. Oh, not bad on the first shot. That looks pretty good. I think I could go over the left a bit, which is to the right when it's flipped over. But yeah, I kind of like that. It looks pretty good. So let's, I think I'm gonna stick with that. I think that looks pretty good. We'll see once I get the, actually, what it'll look like when we get a screen lens on there. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Let's give that a shot. So yeah, let's just try to back off. Sorry, I did that off camera, but I just slid the IR sensor back in. Now I'm just gonna put this across. I'm not gonna fasten it down quite yet, just because I have worried about some fitment issues. Okay, so I just looked, and online my kit has a little bit different of a touchpad. So what I'm gonna have to do, the other ones bend a little bit, so what I'm gonna have to do is I'm just gonna have to trim the inside of this really carefully, just like this little notch there, if you can see that. So yeah, let me give that a try, and then we'll be back closing up the Game Boy. All right, so yeah, it just fits perfectly now. All I did was I just cut a little bit off this edge. There's just a little hump there, and then yeah, it just slots perfectly in just like that. Now we can carefully slide this back in, just like that. Boom, it's in there nice and perfect. We'll just put that wire down there. We can replace the back. Everything seems to fit pretty good. Once the screws are in, it'll be a lot nicer. But yeah, let me get those screws back in. Now we're just going to install the screen that we got on eBay from Zed Labs. This was about £4 here in the United Kingdom. And if you want to know, the screen itself was about 50 USD. I believe it comes from a place in Canada. I think that's where it's shipped from. And it was about 50 bucks US. So just a heads up. Before we do that, I'll just use our microfiber and gently clean off any fingerprints. All right, that looks really good. So now we'll just get this installed. Sticky bit. Just carefully slot that in. Very nice. Oh gosh. And it looks like there was another little piece behind that I'm gonna have to take off. Just give me one sec. All right, so after a little bit of a fail with installing the screen, I quickly took the Game Boy back apart and took this little piece of paper that I thought was on the outside, and you tore off the film, but yeah, it just took me a few seconds, and here is the Game Boy with the new screen fitted. Let's power it on. Oh, that looks really nice. And it's the original size and everything. I got it really nicely centered for my first time, and then having to take the whole Game Boy apart again. And yeah, with the touch pad on the IR sensor there, we got our, let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, six different modes of screen brightness, which will be nice, hopefully to help save some battery life with the lowest mode. And let's pop a game in and give it a try. We got Pokemon Gold here. Haven't played it for a while just because I've been waiting for the screen to come in. Wow. It looks even better on in person than it does on the camera. Yeah, it just looks really great. A little bit of a battle here. Yeah, viewing angles look nice. Everything is nice. Yeah, I'm really impressed with this. I didn't think it would go this well. It's fairly easy to do. And if you guys are looking to pick one up, I got this from funnyplaying.com, I believe, and yeah, it was about 50 bucks US, and couldn't ask for a better replacement. I didn't want to go with one of the ones that was a little bit smaller than the original. I wanted the original aspect ratio, and yeah, it was really nice. If you guys liked the video, please let me know in the comments below. Give me a like and subscribe for future videos. I do a lot of photography related content and maybe some more retro modding. I've got a GameBoy Pocket I'd like to put a screen in, so look forward to a video in the future about that. Thanks, bye.